Okay, I'm going to be explaining something to you, and what I'll be explaining is how to make 1 million naira in 16 days. Let's say probably you have lost 1 million naira and you are thinking of how to recover it. Now, there are several ways you can recover that money. Let's take for instance now. If you have lost 1 million naira and you want to recover it, you can decide that since you have enough capital, you can decide trading the next game with 1 million naira for a 2 odd market. You have automatically made a win of 1 million naira in 49 seconds. That is if you make a win. Then if you lose, you have lost plus 1 million naira again. That's how it is. Now, what I'm about to explain is how to make 1 million naira. Possibly you have lost 1 million naira and you want to recover 1 million naira, or you have lost 2 million naira, you want to recover 2 million naira, or you have lost 4 million naira, you want to recover 4 million naira. It's going to take you, according to this that I will be explaining, it's going to take you 16 days to achieve that. Now, while using this trading bot, your calculation is to 8 times to keep you safe in the market. Yeah, 8 times to keep you safe in the market. So this particular trade calculation is a raw calculation. This is a raw calculation. So you'll be making use of this one to determine the actual calculation you'll be making use of. Okay, so this is just a raw calculation. So let me explain how this calculation works. And first, before explaining it, let me first apply this raw calculation in the game. Now you can see that the prediction is currently on red, right? Red 2 plus, and my number one calculation is 100 naira. So all I have to do is I come to rainbow market and I trade on red 2 plus, increasing the money to 100 naira. Then I trade for red 2 plus. Okay. Now you can see here is our balance. You can see our balance here. So I've made a win. You can see the balance has increased with 50 naira, exactly as it is in the calculation. So first, this is a paperwork. You write down what you need from the system. As you put it to the system, that's exactly what you get. So you already know the outcome. Now the next prediction is blue. Because I made a win, I'll have to stick to the 100 naira. I'll keep using the number one amount. The only time I'm to ever move down my calculation to number 2 is when number 1 does not enter for me. And now if I move down to number 2 and it enters for me, I will now move back to number 1 again, thereby recycling same process of making money over and over again, right? You can see the prediction is still on blue. So I'm going to trade on blue again. So that's how it works. That's the essence of the calculation. However, like I said, this is just a raw calculation. So you should know what raw calculation means by now. mostly if you are trading with the bots. Now, let's assume you have a total capital of 109,300 naira, which is what is required of you to go into the market with, and you traded in day one using the raw calculation just to make 20,000 naira, because not everyone have the time to sit in front of the system for a long time. So you traded and you made 20,000 naira. Now the second day you trade again using the raw calculation, which is times 1, you made 20,000. The third day you trade again using the raw calculation, still made 20,000. Now on the fourth day you have a total of 169,300 naira. At that point you already have 1.5 of the capital that is required of you to be in the market, which means you had to start with 150 naira to make 30,000 naira. So if it takes you 1 hour or 2 hours to make this amount, that's exactly same time it's going to take you to make this amount. That's because you have increased this money, so it's more like you're making 1.5 of whatever you're supposed to make at this point here. So at day 5 you have a total of 199,300, while at this point here you are still to use same amount of 150 starting capital trading unit to trade, and you have to make 30,000 naira again. Then at the 6 you have a total of 229,300. Then with that you can start trading with times 2 of the capital, because you already have at this point times 2 of the capital that is required. So you start trading with times 2 of this initial trade unit, which is about 200 naira. Is 200 naira starting capital at this point. So you'll be making at this point 40,000 naira. Now same time interval it takes you to make this money is same time interval is going to take you to make this money, right? Now same thing is applicable here in day 7. In day 7, you already have a total of 269,300, so you still use 200 naira trading units to trade to make 40,000 naira in that day to rest. Now in day 8, you have a total of 309,300 naira. At this point, you have 2.5 of the initial capital, so you start with 250 naira to make 50,000 naira. It's going to take you same amount of time that you use in making this amount to make this amount here also. In the 8, day 9, you have a total of 359,300. So you now have at this point times 3 of the capital. So you start with 300 naira. Then you have to make 60,000 naira, which is going to take you same amount of time that it took you to make this amount. Now at day 16, you will have a total of 949,300, and at this point you have 8 times the capital. So you are starting with 800 naira trade units to make 180,000 naira, which is still going to take you same time that it took you to make that first 20,000 naira. If it's 2 hours or 1 hour or 3 hours that it took you to build that amount, that same time is going to take you to make this amount. So at the end of the 16 days, you will have a total of 1,128,300 naira. So at this point, you can decide to withdraw the 1 million naira, and your capital is still retained here with addition. So you can start all over again in trading from the day 1. Now at this point, if you feel like trading from the day 1 is actually stressful, how will I be making 20,000 naira after I've made this money again? So you can decide that, okay, let me start with from the 6, this capital. So you just have to put in this capital to start. Now if you put in this capital to start, someone at the end of the 16 days, someone making and using this capital to start, you are making about 2 times what the person is going to make, which is, for instance, probably you want a profit of 2 million plus in 16 days, then you can start from this point or this point. Same thing is applicable to someone who need a profit of or a recovery of 4 million naira to start from this point where is times 4 of the capital, this point. So that's it. So the only difference is that what you will be earning are different from other things. Now this is for the trading bots. Now in the next video I'm going to explain safe trading and how to be able to determine when the bot prediction is going to be accurate. Now in every draw from the bots that is predicting is having same percentage of accuracy, right? Which is very good one. But how will you be able to tell exactly? Let's take for instance, if I will be able to tell exactly that this game is going to make a win that is predicted, then I even stand a chance to making higher amount in a shorter duration of time. So how do I achieve that? It's very simple. So in the next video I'm going to be doing that, okay? So let's take for instance now. In this prediction now, I am very sure that it's going to be green. It's going to be green 2 plus, so I will put in all the money I already have, which is, if I put in on the 100,000 naira, I'll make a profit of, if I put in the 100,000 naira, I'll make a profit of this. So I'm going to put it in so you can see that I'll make a win. So how to determine if this prediction is right? In every prediction, how to determine if that one is accurately right. So you can see, right guys, I made a win. So it has not refreshed. So you can see I predicted for green, the green to be 2 plus, and it entered on the green exactly. My network is terrible. It's going to refresh. So this one, if you like, say, is this in real account? Yes, it's my real account. It is. So you too can be able to tell the exact points whereby the bot is, the prediction from the bot, though every prediction is a good prediction from the bot, but at what point whereby you can tell exactly that this particular prediction is 100% right. That's it. So you can be able to tell. So alright guys, that's for this video. So that's just what I wanted to explain.